Do you know the way?
Do you know the way? Do you know the way? Do you know the way?
Do you know the way?
Do you know the way?
All right. We got a lot of bullshit to talk about today. We're going to begin with the Epstein list. Every person on the far right now is being a cocksucker to Trump. They're just these motherfuckers. They've been wanting to see the Epstein list forever, and then Trump says, "You guys are still talking about that?" Which, first of all, is like, what the fuck? You were the first person to be the one like to out this guy and talk about like, oh yeah, we're gonna release the files and shit. All of a sudden, everybody's pissed because they closed them. Apparently there was no client list, and now you're saying, are we still talking about this yet? Is he still relevant? Shut the fuck up, dude. And everybody on the far right who was the ones asking for the Epstein list too, all of a sudden they're like, aren't you sick and tired of hearing about the Epstein list? Oh my god, like bro, what a bunch of fucking cocksuckers. These people literally do not have a fucking thought for themselves. It's ridiculous. And it's not just the right, it's the left too. Y'all, like, if you guys assign yourself to a label and a cult, you're automatically retarded, whether it's political, whether it's religious. If you assign yourself to a cult, you're retarded. But I don't hate on people for practicing that shit, right? Like religion, politics. If you practice politics, if you're about politics, like I know you're a snake, like right off the bat. You don't have to tell me anything. If you're very political, you're a snake. Only reason I cover the politics is to see the snakeness on both sides, right? And I'll call both of them out the hypocrisy. I'm neither. I'm neither. Whichever one benefits me and my, um, my points of views I will take. Doesn't make me a snake because I'm not pledging to a certain thing. I'm telling you how it is. I'm gonna go with everyone, whichever one benefits me. Um, at this point, I thought it would be Trump. Well, it is for the most part. He's pro crypto. Who isn't pro crypto? Who's my age or younger? Um, he's pro crypto. He's pro money. He's pro business, which I am. I'm more of a conservative. I would lean, but even then, I know the faults of them. I grew up, I guess you could say, a Democrat. Because my family's Mexican. We're on the lower end of the spectrum, and yeah, we got helped by a lot of government, I guess, things. Not a lot. Like we weren't completely dependent on the system, just a few things here and there. We worked for most of our money though. That's the thing with all Mexicans. We don't like relying on people. We like to do shit. We're very egotistical. We like doing shit ourselves. We like proving people wrong. We don't like depending on people. At least that's the ideology. Um, yeah, it's very egotistical, arrogant. Anyways, as I grew up, I leaned more conservative because I don't like people mooching off my work, especially when I was working in the restaurant industry and shit. Um, I'm not here to make people's paychecks, I would do all the work and then you see all the other lazy ass people. Anyways, it made me lean more conservative because it's, you know, conservative Republicans are more of a do the work yourself and keep most of the money instead of sharing it, socialist points of views, right? Um, and yeah, I believe if you do the work, you get to keep the income. And yeah, so I lean more like it. But within every cult group, there's always bad actors who are gonna come in and take advantage of that. And I feel like a lot of them have infiltrated both sides. It's not just one side; they've infiltrated both sides. That's why I'm kind of like, yeah, third parties all the way, all the fucking way. Like the whole Musk thing, with the American Party. Fuck yeah. I don't see what everybody hates Elon Musk. Like, if you can give me one good reason to hate Elon Musk, go for it. But I just don't see it. I just feel like everybody's just mad because they can't make billions of dollars like he does. Not gaslighting the dude. I'm not glazing the dude. My bad. Not gaslighting. Um, the good dude's a weirdo, a bad father, but still, it's like in my from my point of view, unless you can prove me wrong, all his shit he has earned, right? If you want to say the government subsidies and all that shit too, I think he has earned it, obviously, because he had to convince the fucking government to give him that shit. Anyways, if you can prove me wrong, please. I want to know why everybody hates him. Because for me, I personally, I don't hate him. I think it's cool that he fucking made X uh, with freedom of speech that you can talk shit again. I think that's super cool. Anyways, going back to the fucking Epstein list, all of a sudden now the left or the right is mad at everybody who's asking for it, right? Who's asking for the Epstein list because Trump just went back on his word, and so did Cash Patel, and so did Blondie or Bondi, whatever the fuck her name is. Um, so now you got all the right wing motherfuckers who are asking for the Epstein list. Now they're saying, "Oh, you guys are still talking about it? It's so fucking annoying." That's so last year. It's like, yeah, dude, he promised to give out the fucking list and all the names, and now he's not doing it. And now they're making up more conspiracy theories. They're like, "Oh, he's using it as leverage to control the people." Nah, it looks like he's the one being controlled now because now he's what he said about Israel and Ukraine, where he wasn't going to give them any more money. Now he's going to give them a fuck ton of money to Ukraine and Israel. People are saying, "Oh, it's a strategy. It's a strategy. He's trying to." No, 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 no. I think he's on the list, and he got blackmailed by whoever the fuck is, you know, by whoever the fuck made the list in the beginning. Not Epstein, obviously, because he was just the what's it called the guy recording him, but he wasn't the man behind the scenes because he was getting paid to do that. You know, he was just the worker. It was the people behind him setting him up, like to who funded him to do all that shit to get the blackmail on all these other politicians. What I think personally is the reason he's not releasing it is because it would cause a whole systemic crash, true capitalist crash, right? Same thing that happened in 2008 with the financial crisis, right? With the home markets coming to crash, where they didn't let the banks go bankrupt. Instead, they used our tax money as the middle class to bail them out. Same bullshit in a different way. You're too big to fail type shit. These people who were on the list were way too powerful, controlled too much shit for them to go down. Because if they went down, the whole infrastructure would have gone down. And what would happen? Chaos, revolts, a bunch of war basically. Because shit's not moving around, the economy's not moving around, money's not moving around, people aren't getting paid. People don't get paid, they won't do the job. If they don't do the job, well, shit stops functioning, right? A system only functions if everybody does what they're supposed to do. Anyways, um, yeah, too big, too powerful, would crash the system. But I say, fuck it. It should have crashed. You know, sure, people will get harmed along the way, but we will build back better and maybe with not pedophiles on top. Because sometimes you got to make that sacrifice, man, right? Sometimes some people got to struggle for the better, right? Otherwise, we can keep the same system it is. The thing is, people don't want to struggle. We're already too comfortable. Y'all already get your fucking Netflix and your Amazon Prime delivered in a day or two. None of you motherfuckers want to struggle. Y'all don't want to, you know, take a step back from your luxuries to for a better future. You guys want today's satisfaction and expensive tomorrow's satisfaction, I guess. Yeah. Y'all want it all today and fuck tomorrow. YOLO, you only live once, that dumbass fucking mentality. Instead of taking a small hit. Here's the thing: if you take a small hit right now, which isn't going to be small anymore because we've been prolonging this whole catastrophe, right? So it's going to be even bigger. But if we do it sooner, it'll be less catastrophic. At least, in the future it'll pay off. But no one wants that. Everyone wants to enjoy tomorrow's luxuries today. So it's like, all right, today you will live it up, but then in the future it's going to get harder, and you're just going to leave it worse for your kids and shit. Everybody is so fucking selfish, and that's the problem. It's not really these politicians. It's really just like who do you think funds these politicians? It's the working class. Like it's us. It's us because we're so goddamn arrogant, selfish, and ignorant. Once you break out of the bubble, you start seeing how the rich become rich. It's at our expense. It's because we are not doing the extra work, the extra mile to hold these people accountable or see where our money flows. No, we're like drug addicts. Shopping or food or whatever, your chips, your Coca Colas, your fucking iPhones, and all that shit. You are quite literally funding these billionaires. It is your fault that they're you know, super, super fucking rich. It's your fault. Because where do you think they get the money? It's from us working class people. And then, yeah, the government steals taxes. So, it's crazy because our whole fucking United States was built on a revolution on like taxes, religious freedoms and all that shit. But it was really like the whole revolution started because of a tax, right? And then when they the Boston tea tax, was it, if I remember clearly? Let's ask chat GPT. Oh shit, what's going on? Oh, let's ask chat GPT. How did the American Revolution? Let's did the American Revolution begin because of taxes? Taxes were a major cause of the American Revolution, but the story is deeper than they just taxed us. Obviously, control, identity, rebellion. Yes, yes. But the boiling point was these fucking taxes. The immediate spark was British taxation without colonial input. It's kind of what's happening right now. You know, it's kind of the same shit that's happening right now. We are getting taxed up the ass and we have no input. Basically, I mean, who the fuck is I mean, Trump. Okay, so here's the thing: Trump did just give out a tax break, but for like 4 years to the middle class. And here's the thing: they did the no tax on tips, which is like no one claims their tips anyways. I worked in the restaurant industry, saw all the servers not claiming tips on not claiming taxes on their tips. God damn, can't speak. Anyways, so it's kind of like who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? And then he just gave the rich people even more tax cuts. Saying it's going to trickle down, right? Trickle down economics. I think that was Reagan, and that shit does not work either. They're going to pocket all that if they can. You got to fight for your right to have money and party. It's quite literally is because we're all being beta bitches. Like this is why I can never be on the left because they're all beta bitches. Just do what the government says and you'll be fine, you dumbass. That's exactly how they take control of you and enslave you. Fucking retards. Anyways, going back to the whole Epstein list, yeah, they either got blackmail on good old Trump or he just sold out to the Israelis, And no, I'm not anti-Semitic. I don't hate Jews. I hate all cults. I hate them equally. So, can't make me racist because I believe in equality. I hate all cults. Anyways, so there's that. There's the Epstein list. I know there's other things I wanted to talk about too. Let's see what the tweeter has for us. Uh 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 uh. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's. I don't see anything interesting. Oh, oh my God! Elmo got hacked. Elmo, kill all Jews. Oh my God, Elmo! What the fuck? This is Elmo, by the way. I like how he's in a tux. The official Elmo account has been hacked. Look at that guy. I don't know, man. I don't think he got hacked. I think he just got blackpilled. That ain't no hack. Elmo's finally starting to see. He's starting to, his third eye's open. Is not your father's root beer. Wow. Okay. Anyways, I wanted to show you the Donald Trump skis. What did the Donald Trump skis say? He's trending right now. There was something that he said that was just crazy, crazy. Oh yeah, he's getting booed. He's getting booed at the World Cup. Let's see if it shows up. Oh yeah. Yep, he definitely got booed. That's for sure. And I mean, after this clip I'm about to show you guys, like, you're probably gonna boo him too. If I can find it, hold on, let me see. I probably reposted it. Oh damn, who dat? I like girls that are a little fat, just like this. Bro, she ain't even fat. She nice. She's thick. She's not even fat. Fried. Okay, let's see. Where is it at? Where is it at? I gotta keep scrolling. I gotta keep scrolling. Okay, okay, okay. This bitch, Ghislaine Maxwell, with Epstein, because this has to do with what I'm talking about. This woman, okay, so apparently there was no client list. Apparently. So he killed himself for no fucking reason. But this woman is in prison for 20 years for committing a crime that we learned today did not happen. So how are you in prison for 20 years for a crime that didn't happen? What the fuck? Okay, okay, okay. Let me keep going. I swear I had it somewhere. Oh, right here. Bro, okay, so everybody's saying that Epstein was an agent for Assad or Israel. And, so they deleted the whole Epstein list for sure. And check this out. Check this out. Check out what this guy has to say.
Creates an independent.
I don't know. I'd ask Bibi that question. You have the greatest man in the world to answer that age-old question, two-state. Go ahead. You give him your honest answer.
I think Palestinians should have all the powers to govern themselves, but none of the powers to threaten us. And that means that certain powers, like overall security, will always remain in our hands. Now, that is a fact. And no one in Israel will agree to anything else because we don't commit suicide. We want life, we cherish life for ourselves, for our neighbors. And I think we can work out a peace between us and the entire Middle East with President Trump's leadership. And by working together, I think we can establish a very, very broad peace that will include all our neighbors.
Okay, first of all, what a cuck Trump turned out to be. Like, for real, bro, the great president and not there. What a fucking cuck. Second of all, how can you have, like, how can you declare that you can have the right to govern yourself, but you don't have a right to defend yourself? Now that sounds like a dictator who just wants you to lower your guard and then come over and fuck you. That's what it sounds like. I don't trust humans, especially that dude, that guy seems like a devil, right? He was the reason we went to war to Iraq, and they never found no nuclear weapons, even though he said that there was. That guy's a fucking fraud. He's proven to be a fraud many times. Look it up. Here, I think I can show you. Benjamin, Jesus, Netanyahu, Iraq. Whoops. Right here. Right here, right here.
If you take out Saddam's regime, I guarantee you that it will have enormous positive reverberations on the region. And I think that people sitting right next door in Iran, young people, and many others will say, the time of such regimes, of such despots, is gone. There is a new age. Something new is happening.
That wasn't it.
If you take out Saddam's regime, I guarantee you that it will. You know, I was asked the same question in 1986. I had written a book in which I had said that the way to deal with terrorist regimes, well, with terror, was to deal with the terrorist regimes. And the way to deal with the terrorist regimes, among other things, was to apply military force against them.
The way we did in Afghanistan.
The way, for example, I want to answer your question.
Well, I guess I'm running out of time, so I quickly was trying to get there. We've done, I think, what you proposed in Afghanistan, yet I haven't seen that sort of neighborhood effect.
Well, I think there's been an enormous effect. The effect was, we were told that there would be a contrary effect. First of all, people said that there would be tens of thousands of people streaming into Afghanistan, zealots who would be outraged by America's action, and this would produce a counter-reaction in the Arab world.
But I think you're now saying that when you take an action
Which you did.
like we did in Afghanistan, we're going to see all the other countries just fold.
No, what we saw is something else. First of all, we saw everybody streaming out of Afghanistan. The second thing we saw is all the Arab countries and many Muslim countries trying to side with America, trying to be okay with America. The application of power is the most important thing in winning the war on terrorism. If I had to say, what are the three principles of winning the war on terror? It's like, what are the three principles of real estate, the three L's, location, location, location? The three principles of winning the war on terror are the three W's, winning, winning, and winning. The more victories you amass, the easier the next victory becomes. The first victory in Afghanistan makes the second victory in Iraq that much easier. The second victory in Iraq will make the third victory that much easier too, but it may change the nature of achieving that victory. It may be possible to have implosions taking place. I don't guarantee it, Mr. Turney, but I think it makes it more likely.
Does that sound like a fucking tyrant? Like power, power, power is really what he want to say? Win, win, win. So just exert massive amounts of power. Does that sound like a defense, which they're claiming so much now to do is like, oh, we're defending our homeland. You guys are literally trying to take over the land of everybody else. Like, shut the fuck up as an excuse for these fucking people are such gaslighters. And then they're going to label me anti-Semitic for calling them out on their bullshit. I do not have a problem with Jews. I love Jews, man. They make some of the best movies out here in Hollywood, even though a lot of them are pretty much pedos. But they make some good ass movies. Look at Seth Rogen, dude. I love all his movies, dude. I just saw This Is the End on Netflix. Like, but these people, and dude, you can't blame all the Jewish people for what their government's doing, just like you can't blame Americans for what the government's doing, right? It's two different parts of society. These politicians don't speak for us middle class people. They all think they're better than you. They see us as fucking cattle. They see us as just labor. That's all they see us as. They make the power moves for themselves and their little club, and we're just the labor, and we get the little crumbs of it because they actually don't give a fuck about us. They don't value us. You know that's why they can send us off to war and just drop bombs like nothing because they don't value life. They value money and power and their entitlement over life. So it's time that we stop fucking listening to these people and all these fucking cucks that are in their cult that believe in their cult. These are just mindless people who need a leader to look up to because they don't know what the fuck is going on in the world because they don't like to think because they're too comfortable. They're happy with their little breadcrumbs as long as they get breadcrumbs. Me, on the other hand, I'm not. I see I see past all this bullshit. The power lies within the people. It's what this whole fucking country was standing on, and it's time we take it back. And the only way we can take it back is really by force. Like, there's no other way. Democracy is a fucking lie. All these elections are rigged. Like, it's a lie, dude. It's a lie. And we're not even a real democracy. It's a republic. So we got people to represent us. It's the whole point. There's not a real democracy. So when people say, "Oh, it'll fuck up our democracy," no, dude, we're a republic. It's not a democracy. Anyways, anyone else think that now this right here, this whole ear thing, is a fucking was a lie? Was just an act? I think it's just an act now. Because where the fuck is his ears would have gotten blown off? Like that shit was crazy. That shit healed within like a week. It didn't even look like his fucking ear got blown off or anything. Oh man, but did it make for some good theater? I believed it in the moment. I'm not even gonna lie. It was a hard ass fucking it was a hard ass picture too, and it's just like bite, bite. This shit was hard. But I don't believe that anymore. Oh man. Anyways, yeah, the Epstein files. Shit was crazy. Oh yeah, and then what's his name? Tucker Carlson. Everybody's been hating on Tucker Carlson because he interviewed the leader of Iran. Oh, dude. Oh my God. If Tucker interviewed Ghislaine, that shit would be sick. See, everybody's hating on Tucker right now because he's interviewing the enemy, right? To see their point of view. And it's like, if you want to know the story of anybody, right? Like the story of anything, you don't just believe one or the other side, right? There's this quote that I love. There's three sides to the story. There's the left, there's the right, and then there's the truth. So you need both sides to come up with the truth, the discernment, right? You can't just listen to one side because then you're unaware, and you can't listen to both sides because then you're being lied to. You got to discern from both, and that's the thing that a lot of people are too lazy to do or just don't know how to do. People don't. They're too comfortable, man. They don't realize that this shit affects them. They think it doesn't affect them, and that's why they don't care. But it affects them. It all has to do with everything. Everything is interconnected in this world. If you're not paying attention, you're an idiot, and you deserve to be punished. Am I not deserved, but you're getting what's coming. And it's hard for me to feel bad for you because you're willingly being ignorant. I'm not. I'm investing my shit, informing the public, getting my knowledge, so I know what to do with my family, myself, and my money. You know, I suggest you guys do the same.